Now, there's a lot of things happening in the crypto market right now, but there's also a lot of things happening on the back end. Now, yes, we saw the XRP news and we saw it increase 70%, which I called out back in March saying how that would be a good buy. So for those of you that did buy, congrats to you. But other than that, there is a lot of little things happening in the market as well. Little news that can slowly add up to what could be a big boom for the next bull run. Because we will see another bull run. It's only a matter of time. And after watching this video, you might have a better idea of when that actually is. But before we get into the video, as always, make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe if you guys haven't already. I make videos all about crypto and how you can become rich from it. So if that interests you guys, consider subscribing. But without further ado, let's get into the video. All right, the first thing is Europe announcing its first Bitcoin ETF, which is a huge deal because it's Europe, the third largest economy in the world, which could bring a lot of money into the market. Now, it was supposed to come out last year, but it ended up getting delayed, but it's looking like it's going to come out this year. And with the US having its own ETF already for crypto and possibly other countries following suit, this could be very big for the crypto market. Now, one thing to know is that it's going to take a minute for this to actually impact the market because it is such a big thing. So just be a little patient before we see this information actually impact the market. Now, the next thing I want to show you is the yearly absorption rates. Now, this chart shows you the amount of stacking, so how much crypto people are actually accumulating and holding or stacking. Now, looking at this chart, it shows that we see the most stacking when the prices are the highest. So for example, if we look at 2017, when the price peaked, so did the amount of people stacking. But the thing I want to show you now is look at the stacking in today's market. We have a record amount of stacking, but look at the price. It's incredibly low. And this is all happening during a bear market, which we've never ever seen before. Actually, this bear market is a very unique bear market because this has been the most active bear market in history. The amount of holders, the amount of supporters that have stayed during this bear market is enormous. And that's proved by on-chain data. I'm not just saying that, there's real proof behind that. And I can only imagine what will happen with the amount of stackers when we hit the next bull run. All right, now the next thing I want to show you guys is this chart by Charles Edwards, and he explains it really well. He says, despite trading at $30,000, Bitcoin has the same relative value opportunity today as at Q4 of 2016. Price continues to trade below global average production cost at $36,000. Now, this is a huge statement because he's basically saying buying Bitcoin now is equivalent to buying Bitcoin in Q4 of 2016. Now, I don't know how many of you guys were around in crypto at the time, but Q4 2016 puts the price of Bitcoin at about $1,000. And exactly 1 year later in 2017, it was at $20,000. So he's saying that 2016 was the start of that parabolic bull run that we saw in 2017, and based on the data, it looks like we're in the same Q4 of 2016 right now, and it's only a matter of time until we see the same exact bull run happen, which is pretty interesting stuff if you ask me. Okay, now the next thing I want to show you guys is the dollar index. Now, the dollar recently has been getting crushed. It's been going down for some time now, and we had support at the $100 level, but we broke right past it, and now we're sitting at $99.50. You can see the final rally, and ever since then, we've just been going downhill. But what does this mean? Why are we looking or talking about the dollar index, and why is it going down? Well, this is really good for risky assets. So let me show you this chart and it'll make more sense to you. But Will says, since everyone wants to talk about DXY or US dollar weakness, here's a Bitcoin price plotted against the year-over-year change in DXY. So what this chart shows is the blue line is the price of Bitcoin and the red line is the dollar index. And you can see that they have an inverse correlation. So when the price of Bitcoin is low, the dollar is very strong. We saw that in 2015, 2016, 2019, and also in 2022. And then if you look at the opposite, when the dollar index is low, we see that the price of Bitcoin skyrocketed. So if you look at late 2017 and 2018, you can see that the Bitcoin's price peaked and set its all-time high right before the dollar hit a bottom. And then we saw the same thing in 2022 as well, basically showing that when the dollar is falling, risky assets such as Bitcoin increases. And we saw this in the stock market as well, with Nvidia hitting a new all-time high or Apple passing $1 trillion valuation. Tech is considered the risky part in stock, so that's when we're seeing a lot of money flowing in. But now with the XRP win against the SEC, that could mean we see a lot of money flowing over into crypto as part of people's risky assets. Also, taking into account the inflation situation, we saw June CPI inflation fall to 3%, below the expectation of 3.5%. 5.1%. Core CPI inflation fell to 4.8%, below expectation of 5%. And this is the first time core CPI has become even below 5% since December 2021, which is all very, very big and amazing news. Because with lower inflation means lower interest rate hikes from the Fed. And I mean, we just saw that they didn't increase it in the last meeting. They kept the interest rate exactly the same. So if next month we see inflation lower again, maybe let's say 2%, and we get inflation under control, which we are seeing is happening for the most part right now, then the argue to increase interest rates doesn't make sense anymore. Now, the Fed might still increase them because they have their own agenda, but from a fundamental point of view, if inflation is controlled, there should be no reason for an increase in interest rate. I mean, we made some really great progress. We went from 9% inflation all the way down to 3% in less than a year. That's really good. And you can argue the fact that this is all fuel for crypto and these other asset classes to honestly just go crazy. And also, if you look at the market as a whole, we're up 17% on the year. Even when everyone is saying we're heading down for a recession, everything's gonna crash, inflation's going down, but the markets are still going up. And by record numbers, honestly, the average increase for the S&P 500 is 7 to 8%. We're at 17% and we're only at half the year. So what does that show? And finally, the last thing I want to show you guys is this article where Google Play changes policy on tokenized digital assets, allowing NFTs in apps and games. Basically meaning now we can start to see mobile games, specifically crypto or NFT related games, on the App Store or the Google Play Store. I don't know when Apple will allow this, but it's on the Google Play Store. And we all know how big the mobile gaming industry is, especially for kids. And what makes crypto games more unique than other games on the Play Store is that people can actually earn money while playing these games. So now we might see a huge new demand of audience playing and downloading these games. And when this happens, we're going to have new wallets being introduced, new tokens being bought, which all has a huge impact on the crypto market. But yeah, these were some of the reasons why I'm still super bullish on crypto and why I see the bull market coming very, very soon. And I always get people that ask me, will the bull market even come? Have we seen the last bull market? And my answer is always yes. We will always see another bull market because it's engraved into the history of the crypto market. You just have to stay patient and buy right now while everything is super cheap, because I'm gonna repost this exact video when the prices go super high and we're in a bull market and telling you guys, look, this was the perfect time to buy. All I gotta say is just please don't regret this time period. But that was it for today's video, guys. Remember, nothing I said today was financial advice. It was all just my opinions. And remember, make sure you guys subscribe for all your crypto updates and money making tips involved in the crypto industry. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in next week's video. Peace.